viewers, and welcome back to Transformers Through the Ages, the online show where we talk about Transformers cartoons from the past and present. And today we are going to be talking about Transformers Siege, Episode 6, the grand finale. So strap on in and prepare for spoilers, we're about to get into it. We open back in Sound Blaster's Energon Vault. The Autobots are surrounded, but then are ironically saved by the anti-protocol beam turning out all the lights. The Autobots attempt to steal a transport, but the anti-beam starts attacking Bumblebee's brain. RC pushes him out of the way and gets them out with the Energon just in time. We then cut to the Allspark retrieval team, and from this angle, it kind of looks like they're in an Energon Forest, so that's pretty cool. The gang's doing their thing, trashing zombies, but all is not going well, and Moonracer is ultimately killed during the fight. It's really too bad. This was her first television appearance in a long time, and I had hoped that they would have done more with her character. Suddenly, the Allspark shines forth. Why it's only doing this now is anyone's guess. Optimus rolls for the Allspark, and Jetfire gives a name for the zombies, the Sparkless, bots who lost their lives in the Sea of Rust. And now they hunt for more sparks. Who's scarier, these guys or the Terracons? You decide! Optimus manages to grab the Allspark, and that causes the Sparkless to turn to dust, somehow. I would like to know how this works, please, at some point. The Allspark also has a carrying case, so it doesn't blind everyone it's around. That was nice of it. Back at the Space Bridge, they're under attack. Impactor joins the fight against the Seekers, making it pretty clear whose side he's on. This scene doesn't last very long, and then we cut back to the Ark. Just as RC drives the stolen transport into what I think is a hangar, they get the Energon to Elita just in time. The Ark is gonna fly, but just then the Decepticons begin their assault. Megatron gives a rallying speech, and there are so many Reflector clones that it's kind of distracting. Elita calms Optimus and warns him not to bring the Allspark to the Ark. Optimus heads for the space bridge instead, but sends Prowl and Jetfire to assist in fending off the Decepticons. Also, this is the first time Prime says his iconic catchphrase, "Roll out." Just then, Bumblebee awakens, only to find that the Decepticons are trying to board the Ark. Bumblebee finds that the Alpha Trion protocols are no longer in his head, again proving that Shockwave's genius is unparalleled. "Oh, quiet you!" Red Alert then gives B a gun and he joins the fight. The Seekers then arrive right outside. They're about to do some serious damage when Jetfire arrives to stop them. He and Starscream pair up for a duel, and then we cut to Megatron and Soundwave. Laserbeak reports that Optimus is on his way to Sector 7. No, not that one. And it doesn't take Megatron long to realize that Prime has the Allspark. He interrupts the earlier mentioned duel to order Starscream to destroy the space bridge. Starscream is annoyed by this, but obeys anyway. Megatron then leaves Soundwave in charge of the Ark attack as he goes to confront Prime. Back on the bridge, Cog reports that Megatron has left the battlefield. Preparations for launch go into overdrive as they now know he knows. Cog radios Optimus and warns him to be careful, just as the Seekers blast overhead with Jetfire in hot pursuit. Optimus then radios Mirage to warn about the incoming Seekers. Mirage promises to hold the line. Back in the hangar/storage room thing, seriously, what is this room's function? RC, Bumblebee, and Red Alert are still fending off the Decepticons, but are pinned down. They are then saved by Elita and Ironhide. Back with Optimus and Hound, the ambush has been sprung. Megatron must have known a shortcut because he somehow ended up in front of them. Prime and Megatron then start yet another moral argument. It was during this scene that I noticed something. Remember how Spinister apparently died by spike impalement a few episodes ago? Well, he's back now. I guess it could be a clone or reused model, but I kinda liked Spinister, so I'm going to say he's back. We also get some sweeping shots of the Ark battle that include the one and only appearance of Astrotrain. Bet you are excited about that, huh, Sparky? Megatron then orders his troops to kill Optimus, but Jetfire swoops in and saves him. And the chase is on. Back at the Ark, Wheeljack finally manages to get Teletron 1 up and running. Teletron activates the ship's defenses and gets them into the air, much to the joy of the Autobots. But they're not out of the woods yet, as Prime is still on the run, and the space bridge is not online. Elita, Cog, RC, Bumblebee, and Ironhide depart to help Prime, while Wheeljack keeps the Ark hidden. Meanwhile, the Seekers are doing some serious damage to the space bridge Nexus's exterior. Ratchet runs to the activation switch when a shot from Starscream comes right at him, but Impactor sacrifices himself and takes the shot instead. Ratchet activates the space bridge, which is much larger than I had first assumed. Ratchet returns to Impactor, but he is too late, and Impactor dies in his arms. Back with Prime, he seems to be playing a level of some platform game on the side of the building, when he is confronted by Megatron. The two fight on the ledge. It ends when both of them are knocked down. Megatron gets up quickly, though, and claims the Allspark. He's so busy gloating about his victory that he doesn't notice Bumblebee sneaking up behind him. Bumblebee shoots Megatron in the back, distracting him so Optimus can counterattack and toss the Allspark through the space bridge. This, of course, makes Megatron very angry, but before he can do anything, Omega Supreme just appears from nowhere. Seriously, was he under the space bridge? It doesn't really matter, as he drastically turns the tide of the battle. Omega easily handles all the attacks the Decepticons throw at him, as all the Autobots retreat to the Ark. Riddler is shot during boarding and drops out of sight. Prime orders everyone on board, but Elita tells him she's not leaving. She's going to stay and protect what's left of Cybertron. A noble gesture, but it seems like Omega's got that handled. But okay. There's no time to argue as the Ark lifts off, up, and through the space bridge. But right as it passes through, the space bridge overloads and closes, with the Ark MIA. The Decepticons are left standing in the remains of the space bridge Nexus. The Autobots regroup, and they seem to think that the bots on the Ark are dead, but they resolve to continue the fight, and they won't be alone. Jetfire is there as well, and together they're going to stop Megatron. I find this unlikely, but it's a nice sentiment nonetheless. We then cut to black, but a faint beeping sound can be heard. We enter the Ark's bridge. Apparently it survived the jump. Teletron 1 is still active, and he detects an incoming ship. Can you guess who it is? And that, boys and girls, is how Transformers Siege ends. All in all, I would give this episode a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I felt it flowed really well, and it got rid of a lot of the jumping from one subplot to the other that happened in the previous 2 episodes. It still had those subplots, but I felt that it just executed it a little bit better in this episode. It proved to be a well-executed finale, and I can't wait to see what happens in Transformers Earthrise. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe and leave a like down below. Stay tuned for more Transformers content in the future. But until then, keep calm and stay superior.